getting in game as far as I'm aware. Indeed, we have things kicking off here on the T side. Of course, it is going to be the Poles up against Sprout. And while this should be a pretty exciting series coming your way, it looks like a bit of a stack already in place here on this A bomb site as the push comes through. I was going to say a player, I believe, still around the truck there that was alive for a while, but not really able to get anything done, leaving Maze far back on long. In a bit of an awkward position, to say the least.
Really rough one to try and get anything done here. As you said, as Hades takes out Goofy, it goes from bad to worse. LauNX and Zello between the truck. Trying to swing wide. Key still on this backstabbing mission. LauNX gets a couple, though, inside of the site. Buys himself a 1v2. Kit to be recovered as well. Needs to spot out these remaining players, though. And with Hades looking to join his teammate inside of these bathrooms, surely going to be absolutely impossible here, and indeed.
Yeah, first gun round, though. The utility, I was going to say, is pretty weak for Sprout. They need to just rely on the frags here. And LauNX pushed up close on Connector, finds 3 of them.
To get a little more out of it, certainly, but as LauNX mops up.
I can fix that in a moment. I think that's because of the interactive pass there. LauNX again, this time over towards Monster, shuts down 2 of them. Smoke called in from a teammate, and they won't even risk taking any more fights. They've already flipped this round back in their favor. They forced the issue, or they forced 9 rather to force the issue, and just continue to frag. Really, there's not much at all being done right now. Barely even any damage being sustained.
Really not going to make too much of a difference. Refresh just shoulder in the angle. 10 seconds left. Kylar wants to go down before time is up, and LauNX will quite happily
do it through the console. Either way, an eco coming in from 9. Bit of a team kill. That's unfortunate. They're missing some of the action there as a weapon eventually does get recovered, and M4 being picked up is not a bad result at all here. If they can get 1 or 2 more kills with this, just make it a costly round at the very least, and that will make it worthwhile, and already some success being found from Key.
No utility, of course, to flush him off the angle. So he'll have free reign and hits his first shot onto Hades. Minio trying to recover the rifle as Key will deal with the extra support of the AWPer inside of sight. Zello now next wants the flank. And he's going to be warded off that as well by the noise down Con, so he'll have to double back. Working his way down the bathrooms. Minio watching for anything up CT. Now they know. Now he's out long. He's dealt with the AWPer. Minio next up, still playing around that truck, just trying to hide. Trying to force LauNX to bring the fight to him. And as the smoke goes down, it will separate him from the bomb. Tapped. Minio will check, and this is the opportunity around the edge of the smoke. LauNX bails his team out of what could have been a disastrous result there. Able to get some map control of their own as the burst outside of Monster comes through. And now it's a charge. A Tech-9's RNG into the site. Goofy's got 1 early. The flash is excellent across the board. And it's 3 kills. Lincoln, you'll miss him. Forced to rethink the play. They've got 2 here, though, as the hit looks to come in. Util trying to isolate these fights. LauNX has dodged it well, however. And with the flashes coming over, he gets a freebie. Allows for that 3rd player to rotate down, and Stare on low HP is just trying to bait. The angles here should be traded and is. Hades left to try and clutch up. Hits his first, though, and catches Zello on the drop. 15 seconds. Fakes that plant to try and bait the AWPer into something. Hades working his way round into water, and it's chaos inside of the site. We're on a dead body, and Zello has landed it. Surely to be put down after that. He's kept his team a man up for about as long as could be expected. Finally, Hades puts him down, and this is where it gets sketchy again for that CT side. It's a 2-on-2, but they're split between the sites, and Hades. Refresh has let him pass. He hears the footsteps out of heaven. Doesn't know where Minio is. That's the one problem. But as Minio heads out, he'll be caught freely. That's Bomb down in no man's land as into the 1v1. Hades needs another clutch and can't provide. Goofy is going to need every single bullet he's got, and they've crept so close. Here come the flashes. Goofy now swings, but it's 1 and done. And Key has retreated to the relative safety of CT, so it'll be a free plant. Can't quite catch the bomb on its transfer, and it's a retake attempt now. No kit in hand for the CT side. A smoke is all they have to work with here, and that's out on heaven with Minio. Not the ideal position to work with LauNX now tucked up close under as well. He'll spot them as they drop down into water. He gets 1 and done, but that's all he needed to do. He's bought space for his teammates. Well, an opportunity to do it here. Fast B play. There's Deagles in place to try and find some cheeky headshots. Stare just charging in on that MAC-10 is taken out. Man advantage found, make it 2 as Key catches a timing, and this starts to get ugly now. Flashes up, 3-on-3, charging through the smoke. Key with a rifle in hand, Hades P250 to back him up. And as Zello takes out at least 1, it's still a 1v2, and it's not going to land. The miracle round that 9 desperately needed.
Oh, this is not looking good for Maze. I was about to say the timing as he looked away. A second follow-up for Key. as they shut down all action on this B side of things and take away the little bit of weaponry that was in play. As it looks like this round is smooth sailing, really.
Yeah, this one's a goner. And that gap is slowly but surely narrowing. Aggression all around him, a double short play as well. This is going to go wrong very, very shortly. And there you go. Key's the man to put him down.
Quick as possible, and it's going to have to be fast as hell as the smokes go
10
down.
seconds.
An initial entry from Refresh. All right, they're giving themselves some hope. The wallbang from Hades, can it do anything? No, not quite lining up. So the bomb does get planted just about, but it's a 3-on-3 with the health leaning towards 9, and now the numbers doing so as well. It's all on the 9Ine and Zello to try and save this round, and with that potentially today, as things are beginning to spiral out of control, the double peak comes in. It's all on Zello, low health. 3 players to find a perfect flash as he gets 2 of them, but there's still plenty of time for that defuse to come in for Goofy, but it gets a little bit closer maybe than he would have liked.
And instead, that alleyway opens up for the AWP of Hades, who through the wall tags 9Ine down to 30. As much as it is a 3-on-5 inside of the site, the firepower distinctly favouring this CT side, and with smokes to refresh as well as the execute comes in, they'll lock out this long flank. Suddenly, this attack looks awfully one-dimensional. Hades picks off the sitting duck of 9Ine, and the kills start to flow through for this CT side. May's able to get one, Stare doing what he can. Sprout have found their magic opening. Question is, can they convert on it? And as you said, it's the timing of these aggressions now. Pop out a monster, Goofy, tucked on short with a lot to do. He can only find the one, but 9Ine surely won't expect the second on short, and indeed, it's 3-on-3 with players swarming into the site. Hades already dropped into water support from inside a CT, continuing to chip away. The CTs are not going to let this site go quietly. Minio with the nade finds a kill before the trades come through, and it's all on Refresh now. Nothing he can do. Hunting this, and it is leaving some isolated fights here for the CT side. Minio, he'll get one, but he's got to double down on this comp play, and he does. Both kills. That's the bomb down, as well as Kylar continues to pick them off. Refresh, at the very least, will get the backstab in for the first, but he needs so much more where that came from. Kylar, dodging the crosshairs for now, will finally be put down. And this is absolute carnage all over the map, just pushing everything at once. And Zello, he has no idea Key is here. Now he does. Whiffed shot. Molly tries to force the fight. Zello's through it. That bomb is still inside a connector. This round is absolute carnage, but a pop flash over the top is surely going to blind Zello. Timing as he grabs the kill to buy a 1v1 up against the low HP of Goofy. Bomb to be recovered. Zello with choices to make, sights to hit. Surely will be heard now as Goofy wants to take the fight, but the low HP betrays him. Sprout. These kind of setups leave gaps, and at the moment, Bathrooms is the gap as the first tag comes through. Hades has to adjust and doesn't, and now it's left his teammate completely out in no man's land here. He tries to play the crosshair discipline, and he gets 3 as his reward. Kylar and Key, both full HP, both with bomb control, set in their crossfire. There's the first. It's all on Refresh now. Surely this is game over. He's doing everything he can. He's got the one, but he still needs to isolate these fights. 10 seconds. He has to kill both of them, and there's just no more time. It's all over. There's a limited number of opportunities for this CT side to find kills before they're overwhelmed. They need this swing to work, and a couple of quick picks isn't quite enough. Minio inside of the site with it all to do, somehow finds another, just dancing around this box, trying to buy all the time he can, and through the smoke, Key under pressure. A fast flank coming in, but it's been read beautifully by Stare, who shuts it down immediately. And at this point for Key, it goes from bad to worse. Half HP, they're going to chase him down, looking for the fights, and Sprout have won their pistol.
Key, I don't think so, so he will have a chance to maybe try and get away with a kill. Good damage, a good frag on Maze. And that's the advantage that they want going into this retake with the weaponry as well. Although, as I say that, Zello with a quick return. And there's a flank, I believe, coming through pretty quickly right now. That will be a pretty big issue. They've actually decided against getting the bomb planted initially, only now putting it down, and thankfully in a place that was safe for the cave, and somehow 9Ine gets the drop on Minio. As
Minio looks to pass on through, and this timing is now starting to get awkward. That bomb is a long way gone. Inside of the smoke, Minio will get the first, but that bomb, an ever-ticking issue. The molly comes out and has it landed. Minio tries to find an angle he can defuse from, and he can't. Not enough time.
That should be the last play in our mind, and well, they get onto the bomb site. Hades, though, hits a ridiculous flick and manages to back away. With the help of Goofy, they've taken a 2-man advantage at the very least to set up for this retake.
That's a huge kill from Hades. If he goes down freely there, this round feels so lost. Stair trying to recover the situation, will be traded cleanly, but the kills keep on flittering back and forth. As LaoNX wants to take CT control and continues to find damage. Somehow 9 have found themselves in another horrendous spot here, and I'm not sure they're going to give this one a go, you know. Hades on low HP already. He's going to try and work his way back around up the ramp, but Maze is ready for that. Goofy instead flashed out. LaoNX on low HP to trade it, and again, 1v1, but that bomb continues to tick on by. He's got the kit. He'll get the defuse. 9 will finally have a round on the board, but he's got to hold 3 angles at once here, so he is absolutely trapped in. The support should be coming, but it's a little slow, and it's going to be all onto Kylar, and he's happy to take that pressure on. Cleaned up for a second. Besides, so they can start pulling off some boosts in and around the edges of these smokes. Should be able to get a freebie, and indeed they do. Stare at least there for the trade, but all the while, this backstab is starting to come in. LaoNX needs to turn, needs to do it now, and he won't. 2 remaining players utterly trapped inside of this site in a 2-on-4. They will be able to isolate the first. Maze goes down low, but he finds the kill, and that bomb, the timer is his friend as he finds another on the trade. It's Maze solo inside of this site, but he's got another big headshot, and it's Hades. Into the 1v1, he switches it out to the AK and gets the kill, but again,
both of which have been having a slightly slower game so far, and it doesn't look like it's going to pick up too quickly. Zello all alone, 1-on-3, trapped in on the bomb site. The smoke at least cutting off a couple of those players, and it lets him force the 1v1 up against Kylar. A second dropped as Hades comes out of the smoke. It's belayed again for Goofy, and they just give it away 1 by 1.
Molotov goes in to try and flush LaoNX out, but that's going to take a long old time to pop, and the flashbang is so well orchestrated by Sprout. Key on the backstab, trying to accelerate things, does get one, his teammate there to trade, but still, there's 2 players in towards the donut, and that bomb is so far gone now. Molly onto it surely means game over. Smoke onto it, as inside of it on 4 HP, Key's going to try and stick this defuse, and oh my goodness, he's going to get it!
Happened this time. May is okay, following up his teammate. The aggression through mid as well is the hero play. Without Refresh, he would have been in a lot of trouble, and it's Sprout again, just absolutely slapping 9 on one of these pistol rounds. No chance.
At least ticking down, but with the smoke going onto it, Maze can tap that one out inside of the smoke, in fact, and Key's forced to call his bluff, swings, gets one, buys a little more time to survive as he tucks himself back out of long, but Maze has found a response, and now he'll tap that bomb again. He knows he's got to bait this out. There's only a couple of kits, but it's Key with the double spray down. Forced to make some sacrifices of their own as well, and the first of them is picked off pretty much immediately, and Hades is flying off the back of that decision, but he's going to be traded clean, and that's the bomb down. In the middle of no man's land, the site is lost. LaoNX at least traded as he looks to join his B site defenders, but does he even need to be here? Because it's Zello continuing to pick them off. Minio will once more find a quick kill, and it's a misflick from Zello, which makes it awkward. A fight that can't quite land for the Deagle, but Zello is back again. And the AWP that was forced into this round may well have saved it. Minio on 24 HP, and he's only got a MAC-10 to work with. He won't find it. A repetitive way to break into this defense. Kylar, though, trying to provide it, will get an early pick. Refresh, looking to aggress into Donut, finds the trade. Kylar still trying to bait the idea of this site control over on. It will allow for that second player out towards long. Maze tucks himself in the cubby and goes down. Stare, smoked off, out on long, but there's a gap for him to abuse. Zello doing all he can to keep his teammate alive, finally put down. As Stare is left in the 1v2, the shots give his positioning away, and Key will swing wide to trade.
It's definitely good to see them, but I think they need a little bit more assistance, because over on 9, you have everyone contributing, and that seems to be the difference maker when it comes into these long, drawn-out games. Especially when some of the players begin to quiet down a little bit. Nice work by Key. Good control on the AK, and a fantastic nade and follow-up to go ahead and get himself a nice little eco-ace.
Then this one starts to go wrong very quickly, and it's aggression down the ramp from Stare that will open it up. A pick onto Key that makes this difficult to try and get into, but once again, it's Kylar who's consistently opened up this A site, who's doing it once again. 2 picks, A site wide open for the taking, and Sprout want none of it.
The Deagle and 5-7 can do some serious damage as well. May is aggressive out through B. Manages to only catch one of those players, though, confirming that there was quite a bit of presence in this area, and his teammates at the moment, they're doing a pretty good job actually snatching the advantage. Missed up shot, I was gonna say, potentially costing them, but it doesn't matter. Zello gets the follow-up, Steer finishes off Goofy, and out of nowhere, Sprout have come alive.
Huge round to find. Again, just a little bit of confusion seemingly from that T side. And here come the nades over the top, trying to lock out these initial fights, but it's a flashbang in, and it's perfect for Stare too, as his teammates just about find the trades. Kylar and Minio keep this T side in it 3-on-3, but there is flanks upon flanks at the moment, and Zello is still on this gap in the smoke. He does not want to relent the control. Bomb will go down from Kylar. That's not catchable, but now he's stuck inside of the site. Minio deals with the backstab, and that's a huge kill, as now the entire retake rests on this long push. There's crossfires available, but Hades can't hit his shot, and neither can Zello. Minio left, 1v1, tucks himself behind the boxes. There's a kit in the hands of Zello. There's no utility for Minio. He's got to face up, and he loses it. CT smokes come in to make it that little bit more complicated. And now 9 don't have a choice. They've committed their util. There's one smoke left on them to get in, and it's a swing from Minio that opens it. One quick kill, but Launex has picked off the flank, and it's all on this site hit now. It's do or die, and Zello lightning quick gets it. It's all Hades. There's nothing he can do to stop it, and we will need Mirage. As the Waterfall at Palace looks to come through, it's a nice pick from Goofy, however, to open things up. Top of Con, he manages just to spot the head and find his team the opening, as now the battle will begin to rage in towards CT spawn. The afterplant's barely taken, as the CTs with 3 players just look to overwhelm with numbers, and that's exactly what they do. Minio on the backstab finds another, and Launex
down by an MP9 now is the question. Could have stacked them close in on a ramp once they find out that he's here. Will that be the play? One player tries to grab it out, and Hades pushes in, takes a couple nades, but it's not even that much damage. He just stands tall. 4 kills for himself already. The ace maybe to come. He'd like the last kill on the MP9 if possible for the extra economy, but he's already gone ahead and farmed it up pretty strong at this point. But there it is, the ace, just for the sake of it. Refresh on 60, the spam damage coming in as well. It's the molly that actually finishes Refresh off, as the initial kill now sways the way of 9 once again. 2 players in Palace. It's clearly the A split that they want, but this sandwich player will not be expected. How much can he get? It's Key with 1 already. If he shuts this down, it's only Connector to worry about, and although he doesn't get that second kill, it was great damage and just a great hold overall, but it still comes into a relatively close 2-on-2.
It's a question of timings. He's got to hold 2 angles at once, and if Launex gets his timing right, he may well catch him in transition between them, but he won't. And Hades is a little isolated in Con as well. He needs the support here, takes the dink through the wall, finds the kill. They need the numbers inside of this site, though, and quickly. They need to provide support. These Deagles are slowly but surely chipping away. Another boost up. This time it's Refresh on the Galil. The MAC-10 looking to charge, but it's the AWP combining with the rifles well. Goofy still lies in wait on short as Stare boosts over the smoke, and that's a lovely little play to find an opening. Suddenly, the A site is under siege, and the timing is disgusting. Refresh draws the crosshair of Hades away. It's Key doing all he can to keep his team in it. And he's bought them a 2-on-3 at least, but Goofy and Kylar are a long way away on this rotation, or are they? As they arrive just in time to catch the plant through the CT smoke. This time it's a wallbang, but Kylar's not going to respect it at all. He's charging on out. He's chipped away even further at Maze. As now, it's a clean kill for Goofy that leaves Refresh in the 1v2. He has managed to get out, and that might be critical. The bomb is tapped. Refresh knows at some point he has to swing it clean for 1, but not the second. Goofy.
Still, Zello's going to find 2 of them pushing here. The op is not the ideal weapon for that, and Key, he's not good for the 2, but he is good to go ahead and dink up 1 despite being blinded to allow his teammate to get that finish. Refresh pulls back 1 at least in Connector, and Launex has crept out Palace. Alright, suddenly things are starting to flip a bit on their head. Key could be the key to turning this round back in favor of 9, but he can't make it happen. It's Launex.
And that's going to be an issue as he looks to post himself in CT. Maze will get the bomb down. Maze takes the fight and goes down clean. Now Kylar has no information at all. Waits for the CT to make the move. Launex now starts to think about showing himself. Smoke onto the bomb and a clean headshot on 6 HP as initially counter flashes at the very least are halfway decent, and Minio from short will provide 1. Goofy has dealt with the late lurk as well. It is all on this B site hit now. A Stare looking the wrong way will go down cleanly. Zello trying to trade it into some kind of winnable position, but they're all over the site for CTs, or are they? Kylar tries to maintain control as it's Refresh in the 1v2. They know roughly where he is, but they've still got to isolate it, and Kylar will. 4-on-4. Hades in position, catches the rotating Lauanex. That's the rifle gone. Now it's on the pistols. And out of Palace, there's a huge chance here. May's not quite able to land it, however, and he'll be forced backwards, forced to retreat. Fast flank coming in the meanwhile, potentially has half a chance, and indeed it catches Hades. This is getting bad now for the guys. It's getting bad for 9. Stare with a second smoke on the bomb to try and allow the ninja to fuse, but it's a little chaotic. Key yet to get on it. Goofy just trying to body block his man and buy a little bit of space, and it will be enough. By the skin on their teeth once more. Has not pulled as much as I think the T side would hope. Goofy, however, has managed to find an early opening, and Lauanex has been spotted in and amongst this. So they know where at least one more warm body is, but there is a lot of CT presence inside of this A site, and as Lauanex deals with the Palace play, they're going to have to rethink the strategy here on the fly, 9. It's that last man in towards backbench. Refresh holding on to the B site as he calls for the rotation, screams for it, but will it be too late? Minio has dealt with the site hold. The bomb can make its way up short, unaffected. Stare is yet to really get anything done off the back of that, as Kylar will be allowed to transition that bomb in. Goofy, meanwhile, lays in wait inside of the window for a freebie. Stare spotted as he looks to retreat entirely. It's Lauanex at least on a flank, but Stare is still stuck and he's lost all his teammates. Tries to survive with his life with a kit, but he's got no armor behind it. The save not even worth the attempt, as they will hunt him down, and 9 will finish it 12-4. Timing is going to be everything. There is multiple bodies inside of this site. Kylar, it's a rough old spray, but he gets it done. Lauanex, meanwhile, however, continues to rain down on Palace. Finally, a molly to flush him into the open, but it just gives him more. Still a 3-on-3, even as they look to head into A. Kylar doing what he can, has drawn one. Finally, Zello goes down, but still there is so much presence inside of this A site. Hades deals with the first. Refresh remains tucked, and he's yet to be checked. Hades on 4 HP will be his first victim, or will he? He reads it like a book. Look to draw the crosshair away. Stare, no idea where to look next. Still 10 seconds on that diffuser. Stare gets one, and Goofy's shown himself. Stare knows where this fight is. He dinks him up. But there's not quite enough time. It's the question out of mid fly 3 for the T side. There is a heavy-handed mid setup, but it's not quite working yet. Zello trying to make it so. Able to trade at least one, but he's low on HP and they know it. They're playing with him. And it will be the nade that finishes the job. Wants to try and pull the trigger on something special. The AWP will work its way down. Won't find the kill though. And as much as Stare trades it, Goofy is immediately there to back his man up and Refresh is left. The flick of a barrel. Spotted. The MP9's position now known. He'll try and swing. He's trying to get anything he can, but it's not to be. It will be 9 who proceed to the upper bracket.